The ranked most developed countries in the world are determined by very important factors. Things like a highly developed economy, advancement in technology and infrastructure, growth of a country are some of the factors that must be considered before the country can be considered to be a developed country. In this video, I'll be talking about the 10 most developed countries in the world. Before we continue, you must know that the countries mentioned in this video are ranked according to their Human Development Index by the United Nations Development Program. The HDI combines the economic measure, national income, life expectancy, education, and the freedom of each country's citizens. Here are the 10 most developed countries in the world. Number 10. Finland. Finland is a small country in the northern part of Europe that borders Sweden, Norway, and Russia. Its capital, Helsinki, occupies peninsula and surrounding islands in the Baltic Sea. Based on the projections of the latest United Nations Development Program data, Finland's current population is 5.5 million. That means that Finland makes up about 0.07% of the world's population. Finland is recognized as one of the most developed countries in the world because it scores highly in almost every index of HDI's report on foundations of well-being and personal freedoms. Furthermore, Finland is recognized as the world's most technologically proficient and advanced country. This was made known through a published recent assessment made by the United Nations Development Program. Number 9. Denmark. Denmark is not only an expensive country to live in, but it is also one of the best developed countries in the world. According to the UN Development Program, Denmark has moved up a spot in its rankings on HDI's report. It moved from 0.806 to 0.940. Denmark also takes 0.07% of the world's population. Denmark has been ranked as one of the highly developed countries because it has a modern mixed economy. The country is known to be one of Europe's best countries for doing business. It offers low costs for establishing a business with a high standard of living. Its capital city, Copenhagen, is rated to be the best and one of the most expensive cities in the world. However, Denmark's wages are high and it covers the expensive costs of living in the country and savings up. Number 8. The Netherlands. The Netherlands is a country in northwestern Europe known for its flat landscape of canals, tulip fields, windmills, and cycling routes. Its capital city, Amsterdam, is famous for its historical attractions and collections of great art. According to the UNDP, the Netherlands is also known to be one of the most tolerant and one of the most developed countries in the world. On the HDI's report, its value is at 0.944, which puts the country in a very high human development category. The Netherlands takes 0.22% of the world's population, positioning it at 8 out of 189 countries and territories. The Netherlands is ranked as the 4th happiest country in the world. Number 7. Australia. Australia is a sovereign country comprising the mainland of the Australian continent, the island of Tasmania, and other smaller islands. Australia is known for its natural wonders, beaches, and attractions of its larger cities. The country's HDI score is 0.938. Australia is also known for its widespread industrialization and provision of great healthcare for the majority of its citizens. Although Australia's human development ranking has dropped in the last 4 years, the country is still considered to be one of the best developed countries to live in. In recent years, the country has consistently maintained one of the highest standards of living in the world, and it has a high life expectancy of 83 years. Furthermore, Australia has one of the largest capitalist economies in the world. With a GDP of 1.3 trillion, the country takes 0.33% of the world's population. The major contributor to its GDP is the service sector, which is supported by the mining and agriculture sector. Number 6. Sweden. Sweden is a Scandinavian nation famous for its thousands of coastal islands, inland lakes, and the Northern Lights. It is the largest country in Northern Europe. The country's strong economy and low employment rate make it one of the world's most developed countries. The country's HDI score is at 0.954. While it takes 0.13% of the world's population, it has a life expectancy of 82. Furthermore, Sweden has a GDP of $538 billion, with one of the highest GDP per capita. Its advanced welfare system and high standards of living have made it the 6th most developed in the world. Number 5. Germany. Germany is a Western European country with a landscape of forests, rivers, mountain ranges, and the North Sea beaches. Germany's HDI score is at 0.947, while it takes 1.07% of the world's population. It is the most populous country in Europe. The country is ranked as the 5th most developed. Germany is known as the most industrialized and largest national economy in Europe. In addition, the healthcare system in the country is known to be the oldest and most universal in the whole world. Number 4. Iceland. Iceland is famous for its rugged landscapes and scenery, its expensive cost of living, and its ranking as the 4th most developed country in the world by HDI. According to the Global Peace Index, Iceland is the first safest country in the world for the 13th year in a row. Although Iceland's economy is small, it is still mixed with high levels of free trade. Iceland has an HDI score of 0.949 and a population of 345,000, which is equivalent to 0% of the world's population. The country ranks high in economic, democratic, and social stability, as well as equality. Number 3. Switzerland. Switzerland is ranked as the 2nd most expensive country to live in, 10th safest country, and the 3rd most developed country in the world. However, Switzerland's extremely stable economy has made it one of the world's wealthiest nations. The country follows a long-term monetary security policy, and this makes it a preferred choice for investors around the world. Switzerland has an HDI score of 0.955, which puts the country in the very high human development category according to the UNDP. With a GDP of $750 billion, the country enjoys very high standards of living, while the life expectancy is 82. However, the citizens get value for their money. Switzerland takes 0.11% of the world's population. Number 2. Ireland. Ireland is the 2nd most developed country in the world. In recent years, Ireland's Human Development Index rose dramatically. Its HDI score is currently at 0.955, and it takes 0.06% of the world's population. The amazing fact about Ireland is that it wasn't in the top 10 of the most developed countries in the world, but it has surprisingly risen a lot. The country, being a member of the Eurozone, has a modern and highly industrialized economy that focuses on services and high-tech industries. The country has a high life expectancy of 81 and has the best quality of life with high wages. Number 1. Norway. Norway is the 1st most developed country in the world. It is also the 7th most expensive country to live in. With a Human Development Index of 0.957, the country's mixed economy has seen stable growth since the start of the industrial era. Norway is also known for its strong welfare system. It has a life expectancy of 82 and takes 0.07% of the world's population. However, even with its high standard of living, the country's citizens get great value for their money. Its unemployment rate is very low, and it is ranked the most democratic country in the world. Alright, we've come to the end of this video. I hope it helped you with the information you need, and I hope you found it interesting too. Kindly like the video and subscribe to this channel for more videos. Goodbye.